Arknights Endfield is shaping up to be one of the most highly anticipated gacha games of 2026, with gorgeous character designs that are masterfully considered for every angle in 3D models of the highest quality, smooth and strategic gameplay with masterful team tactics, different varying playstyles like fighting enemies versus colossal factory building, and what is likely to no doubt be an amazing story. There is a lot to love and be excited for as an Arknights fan. So, why am I not jumping into Talos II and joining everyone else? Because of my last point, story. There is no doubt in my mind that Endfield is going to have a phenomenal story that will pull at your heartstrings, make you question morality, explore the deeper psyche of these new characters, and focus on the lore of how Endfield connects to the original Arknights. For veteran Arknights players and new gacha players jumping straight into Endfield who have never seen Terra, this is exciting and invigorating. A new world to explore, and the answer to some deep-seated mysteries that fans have theorized for years. But, for me, Endfield is a minefield. Let me explain. As a Dokutah who grabbed Amiya's hand just last year and fell into Terra long after most of you watching this video, Endfield excited me as well. I love 3D open world environments with secrets around every corner. I love exploration of different places and wandering around talking to NPCs. And I love real-time fighting with different gear, timed attacks, and satisfying strategy. While I'm not sure how I feel about the factory maintenance elements, there is still a lot to love here, and it's nice to see so many people are excited for this new journey that they've waited literal years for. But, to me, it's been an anxiety-ridden mess of being pulled in so many different directions in the months before its release. Coaches telling me that I'm crazy for not jumping in now, people asking why I didn't sign up for the beta, others telling me I should be planning a midnight release party, and so on. Terra is a place that is still incredibly new to me, where I feel I've only just scratched the surface of this land. I've only recently escaped Chernobog. I met and lost a friend just as fast. I helped Amiya face Tallulah, and I've still never been to so many other countries here and barely know anything still. My initial stumble into Arknights was completely accidental for starters. I wanted to study various gacha artwork, and came across a promotional painting that I tried to do an artist master study on one livestream. It attracted the hive mind, and I was encouraged to try exploring Terra itself. For some reason, I decided to go in blindly. All I knew about Arknights from that point is that it starred a cute rabbit named Amiya, and the colors were a lot darker than the light garden master study I had originally painted. I had no clue what I was in for. Sometime in the future, I'll share my whole experience as a new Dokutah, but for now... Alright, I need to pay attention to this. Oh my!
This is not a
No. To say I was a bit scared is an understatement. From the first experience of taking Amiya's hand, outside of not knowing where I was or who I was, I felt lost, confused, overwhelmed, and was struck by how dark and intense this new world presented itself. Drones flying overhead, white-cloaked goons attacking at every corner, vicious dogs, and riots in the streets. This was not something I had ever come remotely close to facing before. After that first stream, I had people that were so excited to see a new Dokutah starting out their journey, that many known members of the community even came to encourage me, going as far as jokingly saying I didn't even have a choice. I actually wanted to quit very early on. I didn't understand my operators. I didn't understand PRTS. I didn't grasp the developing situations very well, and I thought I was way out of my league in so many different ways. But I was encouraged by some close friends and told to keep going. Keep going even though it was scary and intense and unlike anything I had experienced before. As I got further into learning more about this world and its inhabitants, meeting Doberman and Calcit and Amia and, briefly, Ace, I was curious about many things, but not sure what exactly I'd gotten myself into. It wasn't until a bit later down the road that I met a certain white goddess. Something about her was terrifying, puzzling, mysterious, and captivating. And after an incident where I learned more about her past and struggles, I wanted her to join us. Of course, that was not what fate had planned. Black Rabbit, White Rabbit. A stage I never wanted to be part of. Experiencing that whole roller coaster of emotions, of gaining a friend and losing her for good, hit me in a way that I didn't expect. Crying in front of over 100 people and having them say that seeing this story again from my point of view hit them the same way it did the first time. That same day, I met a nine-tailed Vulpo who comforted me and kept me going, and I learned more about Amia too. That day, worlds started converging, and I was experiencing a story much deeper than I could have ever imagined. At that point, I was firmly, dedicatedly, a doctor of Rhodes Island in Terra. With those incredibly intense encounters, I realized that this was not just another gacha game that I could swap for another. This was the world I had fallen into. The world I wanted to know more about, and learn more about myself, and Amia, and the other operators of Rhodes Island. Not only that, but I wanted to experience it as naturally and genuinely as possible. No meta plays, no just Certerit, no board wiping, and no skipping story. Shortly after this point, I had grown a small community of veteran doctors who were helping me intensely with story experience and reading order. For months now, they've been behind the scenes helping me with a laid-out plan of attack to experience this world in the most natural and satisfying way possible. That includes going into side stories, reading operator records, vignettes, intermezzi, and more. As of the recording of this video, I haven't touched Act 2 yet, and it'll be at least 3 months before I can start it, according to my HR's projected timeline. After capturing Tallulah and seeing Amia wield a sword, I've been taking side trips to other countries and lands like Colombia, Bolivar, Sargon, and Higashi. I still have never properly been to Sami or Victoria, or know what an abyssal hunter is for starters. All that being said, I care a lot about lore and story, avoiding spoilers like it's active Originium, and seeing everything at the point that it's meant to be seen. So, how does all of this connect to Endfield? I've reacted to an Endfield trailer before, signed up for the beta at one point, and was even recommended to join the Endfield content creator program. And yet, a few veterans have confirmed to me with absolute certainty that Endfield carries its story far into the future, with retellings and summaries of events that everybody has experienced at this point except me, and any other new doctors, of course. These apparently include more than the standard small items with optional flavor text, but unavoidable start of tutorial level encounters. There are callbacks that reference Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3 of Arknights that are already known to be in the early areas of Endfield to begin with. These are moments that, if I see them in Endfield, I won't have that same hard-hitting experience when I encounter them in Terra for the first time. Like when I met Frostnova. Likewise, seeing them in Endfield first without this needed earlier context would not make those moments hit as hard in the early game either, as they're meant to for veteran doctors of Terra. I asked my story scheduling team if it was possible to fast-track my progress through Terra to be ready for Endfield, but they all agreed that doing so would greatly compromise my experience of Arknights as a whole, just to be able to jump into Endfield before I'm ready, all while I'm still trying to juggle so many other things, including exploring a bit of my own world building this year outside of Arknights 2. But that's another story. I want to have the same experience. The same dramatic tension, The same feelings that veteran doctors had when they encountered these moments for the first time. It is hard enough avoiding spoilers simply because of new gacha characters being added, like a strangely playable W, but I absolutely want to do everything I can to avoid the spoilers that contribute to the emotional impact of the main story that I've become so entwined in. So, you can see where I'm stuck. I'm not a new gacha player with no prior knowledge of Arknights, and I'm not a multi-year veteran eager for something new. I'm smack dab in the awkward middle. That is to say, please be kind and do not come back to this video later telling me that it's actually not that bad. They only talk about X, Y, and Z from Act 2. I want to have the same experience you did, and feel the same emotions you had in those moments of diving further into Terra's history and present. To those of you who have been waiting years for these next moments, to see what comes next on Talos II, I am incredibly happy for you. And to those who have never seen Terra and are coming from a place like Tevat or from a galactic train, I wish you well. At this point, I am staying behind. This was not an easy decision to make, and I did have many sleepless nights and anxious sessions realizing what kind of opportunities I'd probably be throwing away just to have a better experience for myself in Terra. But I will be keeping Amiya company, as well as the rest of Rhodes Island, while many veteran doctors go to explore new worlds and uncover new secrets far beyond the reaches of time and space. I wish you all the best in Talos II, and I will maybe join you when the time is right. All the best, and once again, thank you for watching me on my own journey through the world of Terra. I will continue to fight for the Dawn, while you expand the new world of Talos II together. All the best, Administrator.